2 to 3 minutes. Huh? It's all right. They'll see the replay. What's up, man? Come on in. Have a seat. So we're going to get the show started in about 5 minutes. Not even, about 3 minutes.
You got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Oh, he's back.
We got 2 minutes till showtime. 2 minute warning.
What's up, guys? So we're going to be doing a comedy show here. Let me know where you're watching from. We'll send a few shout outs. And this is the first time we try to do our live show at the Isla Grand Resort with a live streaming audience. So you're going to see a full show. I hope you'll stick around and watch us. You're going to see a full comedy show here. And I want you to stick around and enjoy it. It's lots of fun. All right. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you smash that like button. And that helps us out big time. All right.
I'm trying to see, how do I see the people's messages? Yeah. Live chat.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right. So,
Okay. Official. What's up, guys? Thank you guys for joining us. Have a seat. Get ready. We're about to get started. We got about it. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a seat. We're about to get started. You just got here right on time. Perfect. Awesome. Answered prayers. Answered prayers, people. That's what that is. Thank you guys for coming out. All right. So you guys got here right on time. It's Thursday night laughs here at the Quarterdeck. Who's ready to have a good time tonight? Let me hear you make some noise. All right. Right here, right now, I'm going to introduce your host for this evening of spectacular comedy. You guys are in for a treat. Please put your hands together for one of the most talented and handsome comedians this side of the Western Hemisphere. Extremely charismatic and very, very charming. The lovely and talented Mr. Rayman Horta! Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going for me. Yeah. Yes, I did my own introduction because I'm the only guy that I can trust. Thank you so much for joining us. Usually, I gotta give kudos and props to where there are due. Okay. Usually, I say this with confidence. I'm easily the most alpha male person in the room, easily, with confidence and a comfortable lead. But today, I have to hand that title over and give a tip of my well-mulleted hair to this fine gentleman wearing a fanny pack and Crocs, my friend. You, in this entire establishment, have the giant wheelbarrow testes. That's what the fanny pack is for, so you can just pack all that extra genitalia. I see you, bro. I'm a huge fan of the fanny pack, bro. I saw that, I was like, that's a man right there, bro. He's wearing Crocs. He's wearing Crocs, bro. If he would have been wearing socks and Crocs, dude, women ovulating right now. That's what would have happened. That's what would have happened. I appreciate, dude. Don't you talk bad about the fanny pack, man? No. Okay. The socks, I'll admit. Only the few of us, the few and the proud, wear the socks and Crocs, myself included. Huh? Especially if the Croc has the 4x4 strap in the back. Who's with me? Anyone? Yeah. This guy? And you put on that strap, the strap in the back. That's like 4x4 for your feet. You can pull out a man out of a boat ramp that just took his boat too far. Just put it on your back. Put that strap on your Croc. You can do it with your teeth. That's how much power these Crocs give you. I don't know if you guys. Some people aren't a fan of Crocs, but man, tonight, I know for a fact. I don't even have to say it. You guys are getting laid tonight. I just know that. It's obvious. She's here with the manliest dude in the room. I give you kudos, sir. And by the way, our good friend Wolf is here. He's a security guard. Thank you so much, Wolf, for joining us. I do have some rules because of what's been happening lately. We do have established rules here. Don't think you're gonna come up here and just Will Smith somebody, right? You're gonna attack somebody and tackle me. Not with these guys around, right? These guys are trained professionals. They're straight up killers. Look at Wolf. Wolf, he'll take your soul right now, right? And don't mess with him. I saw it during spring break. I'm not even joking. I saw this with my own eyes, right? These spring breakers got in his face because Wolf was telling him, hey dude, you can't be drinking glass bottles in the pool. You could break them, somebody could get cut. Safety first, right Wolf? Of course, he's awesome. And this dude gets in his face, what do you know, bro? Huh? You don't know nothing, bro. Spring break, man. Spring break. And Wolf's like, oh dude, this guy's giving me a hard time. And he goes to another security guard, and I see them talking, and I'm far away, but I don't hear the conversation, but I hear them, and I see the other security guard go, like nod and say, yeah, go ahead and call it in, you know. And then I see Wolf talking to his walkie-talkie, and he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna call in that airstrike, right? And out of nowhere, a flock of seagulls, the real thing, not the group, a flock of seagulls show up in seconds and completely start pooping on this couple in the hot tub. It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. Woo! Don't mess with Wolf, right? And he's the nice guy. He's the nice one. We got this other guy, this other security guard walking around who looks like a Mortal Kombat character. He's all buff. Looks like he does CrossFit, like lots of burpees and squats. You know? Got these power quads and glutes. Just looks like Sub-Zero. Don't mess with him, dude. He looks like Sub-Zero. He'll freeze you. It's just... There's 4 people that play video games. All right, the video game jokes are out the door. All right, no problem. This is how I gauge the audience for the other comedians. All right, I'm super glad to be here too with you guys. I recently lost about 100 pounds. You know, so I'm super... No, don't clap. It was at the Valfurias checkpoint. Drunk dog was on his A game. And how about by the sound of some round of applause, how many of you guys are vacationing right now? Make some noise. You're on vacation right now from out of town. From out of town, right? Well, scream where you're from. Where are you guys from? Odessa. Yeah, like not in Ukraine. Odessa, Texas. Anybody else? Where are they from? Matamoros in the house. All right, that's just right across the bridge. All right, he didn't travel far. He's the one that has the good medicine, all right? If anybody's needing ivermectin, that's the guy you want to talk to. Get yourself some horse dewormer, that's awesome. So I was super happy to be here with you guys in front of a live audience, especially after 2020. We were locked down, and this was, we weren't able to perform in front of live audiences as a stand-up comedian. Literally, you guys, I want you guys to give yourselves a big round of applause because you are answered prayers of mine. Thank you so much for being here. I remember being locked down and not able to perform, and I remember praying fervently and saying, please, Father, let there one day just allow me the opportunity to perform in front of people again. And here you guys are. Answered prayers, you guys are. Thank you so much for being wonderful, wonderful people. And I think it's important that I make people feel appreciated because I want to make sure that you guys go home feeling, you know, laughter's the medicine for the soul, right? Laughter, that's how I feel. It's a very spiritual thing. So you guys are here for some good stuff. Good fun laughs. There is some rules though. I don't want you guys getting lost in the rules, all right? Because it's like watching a movie. You don't try to have a conversation in the middle of a movie. That's rude. Or don't like bust out your phone and record the whole set. You know, that's rude. You know, just simple things like nobody does. People with manners don't do that, right? So that's just common courtesy. Don't heckle the comedians, all right? People think, oh, I'm gonna heckle the comedian, I'm gonna be a part of the show. I don't do that because the comedians aren't capable of handling themselves. I do that because I don't want you to get destroyed and feel bad about it afterwards. Because all the comedians on the bill tonight have been bullied their entire life, all right? We've developed comebacks for every situation because we had nothing better to do and we didn't go to prom, all right? So all we had to do was act out these people talking crap to us, and we've developed a comeback for every single thing. So don't try to heckle the comedians. It'll be embarrassing for you, okay? Highly embarrassing. And people don't think I'm serious, and they try to do it, and I'm just seriously warning you, like, please don't do it. Just enjoy the show and have a laugh, and that's it. That's your whole participation is just drinking and laughing. That's it. Is that easy for you guys? That sounds easy, right? That's easy. Awesome. You guys are up for a great start already. You guys are awesome. Aside from that, aside from recording the set, be in the moment, you know? Cell phones have ruined moments, okay? And you're in the moment right here in front of a live performance, like as if this was a theater. An art of thespian manner. Right? Yeah, this is a performance appreciated, right? I've seen cell phones ruin beautiful moments, and comedy shows are just the tip of the iceberg. I've seen cell phones ruin moments that we were supposed to take in, you know? Like now we got those cell phones that have the custom ringtones that let people know your taste in music at the most awful times, right? Right? I was at a burial. And the Padrecito, he was there, and it was gloomy. He was like real into it, you know? And it was like a scene of a movie. He's like, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And out of nowhere, somebody's phone goes off, like, Tragos de amargo licor, que no me hacen olvidar. And the dude answered it. In the middle of them lowering the casket, this guy flips open a Motorola Razr. Like, what? Who still carries a flip phone, right? And he's like, hey, ¿qué onda, güey? ¿Qué onda? Simon. No, hombre, there's a lot of pan dulce left. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, we got fried chicken and todo. Nobody came. Yeah, we're over here at the Pozo. We're over here. Acá estoy en el Pozo, güey. Yeah, no me go to my house, bro. We're gonna have a party. Va a haber barriles, va a haber viejas, va a haber pisto, va a haber pase, todo el pedo. No, hombre, we got potatoes out también. Don't worry. All right, bueno, I'll let you go because they're about to bury my mother-in-law. Bueno, I'll let you go. Appreciate the moment, guys. Be in the moment. So that's my the rule spiel. And aside from that, I need to give this warning because the managers are here and they make sure I give this warning. I'm the first one that gives this warning. Tonight, you will hear things under the banner of freedom of speech and expression, okay? And you may hear things that rub the envelope and push the line of political correctness, okay? Some of these things may consider to be offensive in your eye, and you have every right to be offended. If you find something offensive, you're more than welcome to walk out and just, call it even, no harm, no foul, right? The last thing we want you to do is to drop a report on Yelp, you know, or Facebook review, like, these guys offended me, right? Because that's bad. You're being what we call in the Spanish culture, a necio, all right? Just going above and beyond just to be a nuisance. Now, that being said, you have that right. That's within your rights, all right? But if I can just convince you that if you're gonna get offended, and if you're gonna write a review, at least the very minimum, please, I implore you, don't go and complain to the management, okay? Because they don't care, right? They really don't care. They don't even pay us to be here, all right? They're not paying us. They let us clean up after the show and we collect the cans that you all drink. That's it. That's how we get paid. We sell the aluminum for scrap, all right? So I encourage you to drink White Claws because they weigh more. And it's so sad when people go complain to the managers because you see it in their face. These people are bitter, they're angry, all right? And that's what comedy is there to fix. We're here to just lift your spirits, get rid of that bitterness. And but the last thing I should tell you is that if you do go complain to the managers, they don't keep your reports anonymous at all. They tell you, look, it was that chick over there. She's sitting down right there. They point you out. They even look at you in the surveillance video. They'll point you out. Look, she's walking to my office, bro. Look, she's walking to my office. Bitch, get up. And then you see her in his office, right? And I can read lips. You know, that's what's funny. I can read lips, and they're just yapping, making noise, and saying, right? The joke man said words in a sequence that I found offensive, and now I have sand in my labia. Oh, right? It's an uncomfortable feeling, yes. And due to the pressure, I've created a pearl. Woe with me. It's a biology joke, in case you guys were wondering. Aside from that, that's the rules. You guys are in for a great time. You guys are in for Cinco de Mayo. How many of you guys are celebrating Cinco de Mayo? Anybody? White people? Yeah. All the Mexicans are like... even know what that's for, bro. I'm glad that Rick is here with his sombrero. Thank you, Rick, for wearing your awesome Cinco de Mayo sombrero. Yeah. And after the show, we have a special treat. It's called Joke of the Night. After you come up here and you see some professionals come up here and do some jokes, you might be thinking to yourself, these guys ain't that funny. I could go up there and do that. Well, that's where you get your chance to come up here and tell one bar joke for the chance to win $100. And it's super easy. It doesn't even have to be a good joke. All you have to do is have friends here that'll cheer you on. You can totally rig this election. This is like the Maricopa County of contests here. It's easily rigged. Easily rigged. Thank you, people, for knowing what I'm talking about. You guys are woke. Thank you for knowing current events. Aside from that, I've enjoyed myself thoroughly with you. I'm your host. My name is Raymond Horta. If you enjoyed it, my last name is spelled like torta, but without the T. And I've appreciated you guys being a wonderful audience. Today we have a real stacked show filled with lots of talent. And the first comedian that I'm going to bring up, he is actually making his debut here at the Quarterdeck Thursday Night Laughs, which is quickly becoming one of the hottest comedy clubs rooms in the country. Thank you to you guys. Thank you guys. And this is his debut. And I really hope that you guys will give him as much love as you gave me, because he's really a tremendous comedian. He's actually here from the area of Harlingen, and he's actually just one of the most amazing comedians that we have here locally. And I'm honored to bring him on this stage tonight. He's gonna rock your socks off. So please let him feel that love that you gave me all the way up to the stage, Mr. Anthony Nino. Let him hear it. Let him hear it all the way. Let him hear it all the way. Let him hear it all the way. Yeah, bro, crush it.
Thank you very much. Give it up for your host, Raymond Horta. That's right, South Padre Island. Let me hear it. Cinco de Mayo, baby. Come on. Yeah, man. Excuse me if I seem a little nervous. The last time I was in front of this many white people, I was found guilty. You know what I mean? No bueno. Yeah, man. Judge told me it's going to be a jury of your peers. My ass, they couldn't even bring the janitor in at least. Only Mexicans in the building, me and the judge. Like, come on, bro. Yeah, man. I was excited that I was gonna get hit the stage. This is my debut on this stage, and I decided to step it up for the occasion. We're on South Padre Island. I went to the bar and I ordered sex on the beach. Didn't know what I was expecting, but the anal was a surprise. You know what I mean? I thought maybe it came with some vodka, some cherries and shit. But the good thing is, instead of waking up with a hangover, now I get to walk away with a hemorrhoid. That's a little rougher one. Yeah, I got a little suspicious when they kept recommending it. I was like, nah, fool me once. Yeah, I am a local boy. Any Valley people in the building? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If there's a bus in the front, don't get on it. Yeah, man, I do come out of Harlingen, Texas, and I really do hope this comedy career does take off, man, because I want to do it for my city. Lately we haven't had much coming out of Harlingen, just a bunch of OnlyFans accounts. You know what I mean? It's very discouraging to the kids. It kind of upsets me, bro. Brownsville has Elon Musk. San Benito has Freddie Fender. And we got Throat God 956. Now, if you're going to be sitting there and judging my idea, we're going to have a problem, bro. According to my grandpa that runs in the family, so, hey, she's an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we do got to support, man. But yeah, I am happy that I came out here. Now, this is a very good-looking establishment. Let's give it up for the Isla Grand Resort. That's right. I actually used to work there back in the day as a security guard, man. Yeah, I was not the best employee, but I did have the best drugs on me at all times. Don't worry, I sold it to white people. Yeah, man, like I did say, it's a beautiful establishment. It's better than what we got back in Harlingen, man. The nicest establishment we got is a place called Toxicas. You know what I mean? Has anybody heard of it in here? No. I see some white people like, Toxi, what the fuck is that? Let me explain to you. It's kind of like they built a wake office in the middle of a food, in the middle of a Hooters. You know what I mean? It's a lot of baby mamas, stretch marks, neck tattoos. That shit draws me in like a shark, bro. That's funny. I love it, dog. Something about Bath and Body Works and daddy issues, bro. Just bring me in like fucking crazy, man. Who doesn't appreciate it? My wife. I am married, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We got any married couples in the building? Yeah, boy. You got a married couple right here? How many years, big dog? 20 years. I love that shit. Why you gonna go out for a burger when you got a steak at home, man? So I'm talking about, hey, but be honest, the mashed potatoes go hard too, don't they? Nothing appreciates a steak better than the good side, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. It was fun fact, I used to be 6'2" in high school. I know somebody in the building's high as shit, like, no, he wasn't. Oh, yeah, man. But you know what? I like I did say, I am happily married. Like, you know what? She didn't even show up tonight, right? Well, we're doing all right. You know what I mean? Been having a couple of problems lately. Found out that she's been having sex with a robot. She calls it a toy, but the last time I checked, my Power Rangers never made me break my wedding vows. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Optimus Prime never made me live in sin. You know, I'm gonna have Raymond pray for her after the show, man. She needs it, bro. Yeah, man, but it upset me, bro. The other day I found the owner's manual. 432 pages. Not even Harry Potter's that big. You know what I mean? I started reading into the details and shit. Turns out that it's Bluetooth capable. Sends her daily affirmations. You know what I mean? Dish machine safe. Like, how am I supposed to compete with that shit, bro? You know what I mean? I guarantee you it ain't never giving no fart balls. I promise you. There's a couple of ladies in here that don't want to laugh. And I'm telling you right now, they are saints if they never called you out on your shit, bro. My wife went halfway down, came right back up. We need to wash that shit in the fucking sink right now. Started calling me pitmaster for about a week. Says I was slow roasting my balls like a fucking brisket. Yeah, man. I kind of feel like I did drive her to that robot, you know. Yeah, man. But honestly, you know, the other day I snuck in, you know, I told her I was leaving, I came back, I want to hear what the hell's going on. I leaned up right against the door and all I can hear was just boom, 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 boom. Broke my heart, bro. Broke my heart. No matter how much coke I do, I can never get that buzz, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Then I started hearing her, she got a little adventurous, you know, started hitting the different settings on it, just boom, 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 boom. Then she put in that Grand Theft Auto cheat code and that shit just went haywire. Just boom, 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 boom. Right when she came, it started off 2 bottle rockets that spilled Yas Queen on the ceiling, bro. Come on, bro. But I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I am gonna fight for my marriage because I do not want to be single in this day and age. Have you seen this shit that's walking around right now? Nobody has a personality. You know what I mean? Everybody has upgrades. Have you seen these future bitches? Have you? And I know there may be a couple of ladies in the building that might say, how dare he say that word? I'm sorry. If you go spread ego and show them what God gave you, I can call you what the fuck I want. You know what I mean? Let me fucking bend over and show you my asshole and see what kind of nicknames you come out with. Yeah, man. Kind of scares me though, bro. These are like, you know, I felt really good when there was a trend going around TikTok, you know, twerk for Ukraine. I said, if anybody's gonna save us, give me these fucking superheroes. Yeah. They got more upgrades than a Mexican truck club, bro. That's all I'm trying to fucking say. You know what I mean? You see them when they walk in the bar too, you know, brand new fenders, brand new bumpers, high mileage but restored engine. You know what I mean? I say, hey, you sleep with one and she gives you your ancestry.com and I'm like, hey, that's pretty cool, man. No, but you know, like I did say, I am, you know, I'm not only that I'm glad that I'm not single. My wife knows how good she's got it. You know what I mean? When I met my wife, she was 20 years old, fresh out of college, all-state pitcher for softball, had an entire future ahead of her. I was her career-ending injury, bro. You know what I mean? I showed up with a busted-ass cutlass and a baby. I was down here from there. She gave all that up for this, man. Yeah. My girl knows I'm a whole fucking snack, you know what I'm saying? And if not a snack, at least a 6-inch sub, you know? You know? And I can feel somebody's judging me right now, really. I mean, 6-inch sub. Shit, you ever try to eat a 6-inch sub in one bite? Yeah. It's a little hard, ain't it? Yeah, man. But you know what? Like I did say, she does know how good she's got it. You know, what else could she ask for? You know, I'm handsome, I'm funny, got the body of a god. Yeah, I ain't never heard of a Mexican Buddha. Shit. Rub your fucking food stamp application right here, baby. I got you. Hell yeah. We're gonna have a barbecue next week. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, but it's all good, ladies. But, you know, I do want you to have what my wife has, you know. She's got a grade. I know you've got any single ladies in the building? Yeah, they're in here, but they don't want to make no noise, you know what I mean? Yeah, I heard a couple of OnlyFans accounts dropping. $5, I got them. Yeah, man, you know, it's like, you know, I do want to speak to them directly, you know, because I do feel like I got some advice for them. You know, years of being a puto, I've kind of picked up some things. Puto is a man whore. Just in case you were wondering. I know what you're thinking, like he was a man whore. Hey, bro, I'm the value 4 for 4, you know what I'm saying? This is a value meal around here. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, but you know, like I do say, I got some advice for you ladies in the building. You know, I understand y'all spend a lot of time and energy on stuff that doesn't matter. You know, like there's things that guys really don't, you know, notice. Nobody cares about fake eyelashes. I'm telling you right now, I know I'm breaking some hearts. There's some fucking ferrets that are gonna get their eyelashes back. It's gonna be awesome. Anything I can do, bro, I'm gonna fucking do it. You know what I mean? Never have I been at the bar with my boys and leaned over to my bro like, hey dog, check it out, look at that little baddie. Little mama's got them minks on, don't she? Cabrona, them double deckers. Yeah, man. Shit, I fucked around and shared cocaine with the fucking chick with them double deckers. She swiffered my shit right off the key. So that's the last time I fuck with you motherfuckers. Yeah, man. You know, but I love it, bro, because it's not only a young girl thing anymore. You see them old school cholas try to rock this shit? They still ain't got no eyebrows, but they just, you know, keeping it open. My tia would come with me, throat god, you know what I'm talking about. She would come me to the bars and shit, and she was my DD, bro. She'd get all fucked up. I just roll down that window, she'd be wide the fuck awake. Fucking driving us all the way home. That was funnier when I was high outside, but it's not good. Yeah, man. But honestly, it is useless, ladies, because you know, and you can tell me right now that shit only looks good till about 1 o'clock in the morning. Alright? Because then they start getting real heavy. You know what I mean? Shit. Honestly, like, you're just faking the fun, man. If you're gonna, it's as useless as anal bleaching, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. You know what I mean? If you really love me, I want to see your true colors, you know what I'm trying to say? I want to be able to look down and see your grandma's knuckles in there, and I love you. It's useless, bro, useless, man. If you don't believe me, I want you to walk into a Whataburger at 2 o'clock in the morning and see all those lazy-ass roosters walking around with them pinky toes hanging out the side of them heels. The Melrose heels. You know it's a Melrose heels too, man. Shit, think there was a Tejano band in the city that night, huh? Yeah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anthony Nino. You can follow me on Facebook. Let's give it up for your host, Raymond Norton. Let's keep the night going. That's right, we're all Mexicans tonight. I love it.
Hey, how about a big round of applause for Anthony Nino and his comedy debut? That was awesome. Yes! Dude, I'm so proud of that guy, dude. That's, hey, Anthony, neta de sacarte la daga, homeboy. That was awesome. Oh, there's some white people looking like, what did he just say to that? I just came out so naturally with me. I never, all the white people were like, whoa, our credit score is dropping right now. What's going on? I told him in our Spanish slang that he did a great job, right? And it's rare to hear a Hispanic comment and compliment another Hispanic. I believe you've just seen a miracle, sign, and wonder of the Lord. Yes. For real, dude, because anytime a Hispanic compliments another Hispanic, there's always one friend that's like, oh, mamalo, bro, mamalo. It's like, you can tell they did a good job without giving them fellatio. Like, really? And I do realize there's some white people here that maybe are visiting from out of town, and you guys, I don't want you to feel alienated while you're here. All right, maybe you might face some reverse discrimination. There's people down here that kind of like are racist against white people, and I don't want you to face that, because I want you guys to feel welcome down here in South Texas. That way we can steal your identity later. I got cousins that need to get over here and start working. And so you might go to the store, you know, you might hear some words, and if you hear these words, you know, like bolillo, gringo, just know you have those ears pop up like, oh, he's talking smack about me, right? That's why I'm going to show you some Spanish words today. Just a little Spanish word, just to show you how to say, what's up, dude, in Spanish, in our slang. Not the not the actual Spanish that you learn in Spanish 4 AP, right? Where you go, hola, mi nombre es Gunther, right? I'm like barrio Spanish, you know, like hey, this is how you say hello down here in South Texas. So you ready? It's 3 small words put together. ¿Qué? You guys say it? ¿Qué?
¿Qué?
Let that Mexican accent. It's Cinco de Mayo. Fake it if you need to, right? ¿Qué? There you go. Onda?
Onda.
Way.
Wait.
Yeah, you hear how that natural. ¿Qué onda, way? Ooh, you say that with a little aggressiveness, they're gonna respect you. Regardless of how, if you look white, but you bust that out there, you're gonna say, oh, this guy's from Monterrey. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. Es internacional, güey. Es internacional. ¿Qué onda, güey? See, you hear how that sounds? You can use that happy. ¿Qué onda, güey? Right? You haven't seen a friend. ¿Qué onda, güey? Or somebody did you wrong. ¿Qué onda, güey? You just learned heavy duty Spanish today, my friends. Che, inglés sin barreras no trae nada, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the Spanish Rosetta Stone. I don't know where that came. I don't know where that came from, but I did hear a snort, so thank you. Thank you, man. Yes. Anytime a snort happens, it's an aphrodisiac for the ladies, man. Yeah. She's just there, just marinating. Yes. Dude, I'm doing all the hard work for you, bro. Yes. Bro, you're gonna score tonight. Just marinating all night. You just take her home, put her on the grill, and fire her up. And shish kebab. Shish kebab. Right? Right. Mushroom. Shish kebab. All right. Guys. All right. Up next, I got sidetracked, my bad. Right? Many apologies. We went on a little side tangent. It's just I was having a good time. Are you guys having a good time so far? Yes. Guys, my next comedian is a dear friend of mine. Probably one of my dearest friends in comedy. One of the funnest dudes to be around. And he's just a ball of energy, and I know that you guys are going to really enjoy him. He's here for special Cinco de Mayo reasons. He's the only white guy I know that speaks Spanish like I do. And I'm super happy that you guys are here. He's one of my favorite comedians. Please put your hands together from Corpus Christi, Mr. Shawn Miller. Shawn Miller, everybody. Shawn Miller drinking the most womanly drink in the place. Give it up for Shawn Miller, everybody. Let him hear it. Let him feel that love.
Woo! Give it up for Host Ramon. Holy moly, man. I thought those 18 beers I drank on the road here would give it, but I had to get one of them margaritas too. Are you kidding me? I'm just kidding. You're all like, oh my God, that guy's been driving. I'm super hyped, bro. I've been drinking unsweet tea the whole way here. I'm just let's get this. Give yourself a round of applause for making it out here to the Quarterdeck tonight. What a good little crowd. Make sure you tip your bar staff and your waitresses and take care of all those people. And the comedians, because we're going to ask you for a big fat tip at the end too. Not the tip, but a tip. Yeah, how y'all, man, let me tell y'all a little bit about myself. I come from Oklahoma. I was born in Houston. I was raised in Oklahoma. And I was raised way out in the country where men are men and sheep are scared. And my mom was very religious. My mom was super religious. She worked for Trinity Broadcasting Network. And if you don't know what that is, it's like a prayer line for people and stuff could call in about to slit the wrist. They'd call my mom and she'd talk them down. Then at the end of her shift, she would want to commit suicide. It was crazy. But she laid hands on everything. Everything that was broke, she would lay hands on it. And she would be like so faithful. And she would make me and my sister, we'd have to lay hands with her and believe that whatever we were praying about was going to work out. But I was kind of a smart ass. And I'm over here popping off one day to her. My buddies are over here and they're all, dude, your mom looks like she's about to just slap the tar out of you. And I'm just over here going at it. And she goes just like this. She goes, Shawn Miller, in the name of Jesus, Satan, I rebuke you. Get out of my son's body. And when she did that, my friends were freaking out, and I went just like this. I went. She hated that. She's like, oh, you're going to burn in hell. And it was crazy. It was like some old religion stuff. Like if you touched yourself, it was, you know what I mean? You was going down. It was like Footloose. You better not be caught dancing, you know? Hell, I seen my sister's tits by accident for 1.5 minutes one time. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I wrote a country song called Get Off My Sister. I seen her first. It's a family song, you perverts. What are y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Golly, man. That's getting old, you know, because I'm 50 years old. I've got 8 grandkids.
9.
How many? Oh, 9. We just had another one.
Yeah.
Dude, they need to cierra las piernas, like close the legs. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because those kids cost money. And I told my kids when they had to have the sex talk with them growing up, I said, son, just stick it in their armpit. And you'll never have to worry about nothing. They won't get pregnant. They can make it as tight or as loose. They can grow some hair. It doesn't matter. It's like you just mount up, boy, you grab that shoulder and you just get to town. And it's crazy because when I met their girlfriends for the first time, they walked in, they looked like scarecrows. También rosado, you know what I mean? And for the white people, that's like rubbed raw. They were like this. I was like, oh my gosh, they took my advice. I was just kidding. It was funny because I sat on the edge of the bed and I said, look, son, you can't just jump on there like a wild man. You got to move slow. And my wife goes, you know what? That's enough. I'll talk to him. I'm like, son, you got to bite him on the back of the neck like an alley cat. You just got to get in there. And she's like, no, I'll take care of it. It's crazy. My dad's an old cowboy. He's an old rodeo guy. As I was growing up, he always knew I was going to be gay. And I let him down severely because I was never gay. And I would try to convince him of this as I was growing up, but it didn't matter because he was just an old cowboy and it was his way or no way at all. And we would rodeo and he'd use me to break horses and I'd get out there and I'd buck hay in the summertime and all me and my cousins would get our heads shaved and we had trophy buckles. My big sister, she'd run barrels. She had kind of a big fat ass, so she was kind of slow. Her horse was, I was like, you need to get a faster, stronger horse. Like, you are not that damn horse. It's like, it's crazy. But when my friends would pick me up to go out, my dad would look at me and he'd go just like this. Now, he's just an old country. I'm telling you, like, I don't know how much I have to emphasize. This guy is just like full blown. And he'd look at me and he'd go just like this. Now, boy, I see your friends are here to pick you up. If you're going to go out tonight, I want you to be real careful and be real safe. And I'd be like, all right, Dad. He goes, I want you to be real safe while you're taking a weenie right in your tight little butthole from one of your buddies. And I'd look at him, I'm like, what is this, Dad? I'm like, hey, what are you telling me this for? I'm sure, it'll be our little secret. I won't tell your mama. Bye, Shawn. Bye. And for years, he just would accuse me of that because I was just a little bit different. You know what I mean? I was in special ed, you know? It's like I didn't wear the helmet except when we were going to places real nice. I'd have to wear the helmet in case I got crazy, but I'm telling you right now. It was like special ed for me. They didn't know what to do with me. My dad thought I was turning gay. I used to kink my grandma's oxygen hose. She had a 100-foot cord that ran through her trailer house. You know what I mean? And then it's funny because this thing would have the big pump. I don't know if you know anyone with emphysema, but they got these oxygen tanks that are humongo in their houses and tons of cords. And so when I was younger, I would go in there and I would kink. I would bend down and I'd grab the cord and I'd go. And then it would get to tugging because she's in there thinking it's hung on the coffee table in the living room. And she's in there just tugging away on it, and I'm laughing, and I'm waiting for the life alert thing to beep off so I can give her back her life, you know what I mean? It's crazy. I've never had that much control over another human being in my life. It was crazy. It was crazy. I used to push her life alert button. And you know what's crazy is I see that commercial. All these old people that fall down, they're dressed really nice. Like the dude on the golf course, he lays down, he's got his slacks on, his Sperry's are on, he's out there laying down in the green grass. His friends are standing around, but he's gonna push a button so they can come stand him back up. And I'm like, what is going on? But what about poor people? What if you don't have a life alert? What if you do fall on? It might be a few days before someone comes to pick you up. So I started thinking, what would I do? And you know what it is? I would throw some Capri Suns under the couch, a couple of Lunchables, some cheese and crackers, a few snacks. Because I might be down for a few days and no one's going to come pick my fat ass up. And I might have to roll around to the furniture and choose what snacks I want to eat. It's crazy. I go into Walmart looking for extra large underwear. They put them on the bottom shelf. Oh, well, that's clever. Now you want my fat ass to bend down there and get them. And then when I get down there, there's a guy with a six-pack of abs that weighs 150 pounds on the front cover of the extra large. Who is in charge of marketing? Get that little skinny dude off there. You put a dude on there with a pot belly and some man tits, so when I walk in there, I go, oh, that's my size right there. It's crazy. And I think that's why I finish all my food and I'm overweight. I think I'm fat because I'm afraid my dad's gonna come slap the shit out of me if I don't finish my food. I'm trying to eat dinner looking over my head. I remember when I was a kid, I never got to hold I could hold the menu, but I didn't get to order from it. My dad was a fortune teller. He would lower the menu and he'd go, I know what you and your sister are having this evening. I'd be like, wow, how'd you know I want the steak and lobster? Isn't that what gay people eat, Dad? It's like, what? It's crazy. It's like, what is going on? You know, it's like, man, it's what's wrong with America today, man? I feel like everyone's lowered their standard. They got nut sacks for trucks now. I almost got teabagged. Some dude brake checked me and almost teabagged the front of my little economical gas saver. There are kids in my vehicle sometimes, and you got your metallic purple nuts swinging down the highway. What are these rednecks thinking of, man? Look, I'm sorry, I'm white too, but come on, hey Billy, what are you doing next week? Oh, I'm going down to the filling station to get my nuts installed on my truck. And then I'm gonna run down to the lake so I can stick my hand under logs and rocks and look for catfish in super muddy water. I call it noodling. Oh yeah. Yeah, go for it, buddy. I'll see you out at the boat ramp at 2 in the morning. I mean, I don't know what kind of noodling. I don't know what they're doing, but they're catching big catfish. It works. It works. It's crazy, man. Hillbillies are crazy, man. I got a bunch of family up in Lincoln, Texas. You may not know where that is if you're not from here. The snowbirds are finally almost gone. I still see a few of you out there. I was here last week coming past the hot tub. Not last week, hell, about a month ago. I was coming past the hot tub and it was full of a bunch of grave bushers. A couple of silverbacks. And I'm gonna tell you, man, those people go hard. They go way harder than me. And I consider myself a guy that lives on the edge. So I go by and I see this old man. True story. Okay, I didn't know if I needed to get the lifeguard. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, but this dude had been drinking some of those little pina coladas down there from the pool bar that Raphael serves up. Man, you gotta go see that dude. And he's down there, and he's like this, and I was like, man, it looked like he was noodling. He was up to his neck in foam and pubic hairs. You know what I mean? He was in there deep. And I was like, what is going on? Oh my gosh, I stopped. I thought he needed help because I seen him roll over a little bit, go under, and I was like, and I seen his wife sitting there, and she started shaking. And I'm thinking the nastiest shit a human being can ever think in their brain right now. And it's horrible, and I hate that my brain works this way. And so the lady's over here going like this. And I'm thinking she's shaking because she's about to let one go or something. I'm waiting to see a little oil slick up on top of the hot tub. This dude finally gets free of whatever he was latched on to. Well, come to find out, after he was done, his wife was still shaking. Well, I was like, what the hell's going on? She had Parkinson's. She was shaking the last one. I was like, oh my God. Oh my, and I'm thinking nasty stuff. He had his finger stuck in the jet. He had his fingers stuck in the jet, and I'm like, man, this dude noodling down on his old lady. She's over here shaking like a rock star. This guy's going underwater, he's blowing bubbles up her ass, he's coming back up, he's getting the breath, he's going back under, blowing bubbles up her ass. I'm like, man, these guys go hard. It's crazy. And that wasn't the case at all. It was like his finger was stuck in the jet. I was like, oh my gosh, I am such an asshole. It's crazy, man. I remember being over. We went to my family's house for Thanksgiving, and my dad, he loves country and western movies. And so Lakey is a town of about, I don't know, 23 and a half. It's a small town. It's like, white power. Like, you don't want your car to break down. Because I seen a dude over there pumping gas in Lakey, and this is what it looked like right here.
Yeah, Vicky.
It's crazy. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. And the crazy thing was, is he was pumping in gas in a car that wasn't there. There was no car. I'm like, man, these hillbillies are up here making meth. They're all strung out. I'm like, oh my gosh, get away. In the name of Jesus, Satan, I rebuke you. I learned that from my mama. Bunch of pillbillies.
Hillbilly.
You know what I mean? Like the crap they're smoking will make your finger bang your cousin. You know what I'm talking about? Like what? It's like crazy stuff. I ain't gonna lie, that's like posting. That's almost as bad as going to Starbucks. Forget Starbucks. I went there for the first time. Do you drink Starbucks? You're looking all mad at me. She's like, this sucks. I went to Starbucks for the first time, and right when I walked through the door, I grew a man bun. I felt my IQ go up 25 points. I didn't even have a computer. Oh yeah, I almost gave some old boy a hand job. I had to get out of there. I'm like, I'm never drinking Starbucks again. This is a horrible place. It's crazy, super crazy, man. I have a fun family, man, and that's where I'm telling you right now, 90% of what I'm telling y'all is true stuff. And I'll call my mama and we'll get her on the speaker right here if we got to. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little something about my dad. Because I had an identity crisis. I was black for like 3 years. You know what I mean? I did the nunchucks and Chinese stars for about 2 years and put holes in all the sheetrock. Oh yeah, and then I went Mexican for about 28 years. Porque yo le gusta si me quieres. Oh yeah. And it's crazy too, because I've been married and I raised kids, but you women, you know what? Y'all are beautiful people. Y'all are beautiful creatures, but let me tell you something. Y'all got stuff that helps y'all out, like Spanx, knuckle busters, fake eyelashes, spandex, fajas, for the white people, that's girdle. And it's crazy because, guys, we don't have nothing. We hit about 30, and our butt cheeks go flat, and our back adopts our crack, and now we have a crack in our back. And the only thing that we have to help us out is a belt. And if I'm trying to get some action, because I'm all horned up and you're trying to get out of all that shit, depending on my consumption of tequila, how fast I'll be asleep. And it sucks because I'm like, dude, I'll just take care of this myself and be done in 2 minutes. I don't give a rat's ass, girl. You're still over there taking all that bullshit off and I'm not ready to get down. What are we really doing here? It's crazy. But if it was up to me, I'd make men clothing. And I'd make a pair of jeans for men, and they would be called chilotes. And they would have a big old chilote right in the front.
Oh my gosh.
And when you're out in that club, everybody everybody, including some of the guys, are gonna get all mojada. And I'm telling you right now, the ladies will be like, oh my gosh, I'm going home with that guy. Hey, don't get mad, sweetheart, when you take those old chilotes off and there ain't nothing but a little doorstop there. Boing, boing. You've been tricking us for years. You've been tricking us for years. I got a fat aunt, and when she slips into cheetah print clothing, it just boggles the shit out of me. Do you realize you are wearing the fastest animal in the world? Take that shit off. You ain't tricking nobody. Who the hell ever seen a fat cheetah? Nobody. Nobody. Let's be real with it. That's what's wrong. If you're real and truthful, man, people do not like you. It's like the Fitbit. That's a big deal. Everybody put on the Fitbit and be like, oh my God. Oh girl, I walked 3,000 miles today. I ain't trying to be ugly, people, but we're all pretty smart folks in this room tonight. I'm old school, I use a mirror. I stand in front of the mirror and go, oh yeah, I still got a fat ass. I got 10 more thousand steps to walk. It's like, who came up with the 4XL bikini? Is that just a joke? Like you ain't got a mirror in your home that you're gonna walk past at some point and go, oh, maybe I shouldn't wear this in public today. Oh, but you don't care. Yeah, you don't care. Standards, sense of decorum, ethics. Yeah, that shit went out the window a long time ago as soon as you pulled into Walmart. Yeah. It's amazing. Everybody's a faux. They live in a faux world, a false reality. When the shit hits the fan, they go, what are we gonna do? I'm just like, I'm about to pop a deer between the eyes, go to the river, I'm gonna build us a tiki. If I was on Naked and Afraid, and they came to get me after the 21 days, I'd be like, get off my property! That chick would be pregnant already. I'd have a 2-story cabin built, me hanging down there. It'd be real, be on. I love it. It's crazy, but let me tell you about my dad. I forgot to tell you, I got ADHD. You have to stay with me sometimes. I'm kind of... So my dad just seen the previews, and because he's blind and old and he can't hear shit and he can't see shit, he sees the previews for Brokeback Mountain. So he thinks Brokeback Mountain is a good old Western movie about some brothers. Just seen his face. He lives in Lakey, Texas. There's not 550,000 people in that town. Everyone that lives there pretty much knows each other. So they have a Blue Moon video. My dad's a Taiwan. He don't want to go see it at the movie, so he waits for it to come out on DVD. And he used to be a tight ass about rewinding the VHS.
Oh no.
And whenever the DVD came out, I remember one day I walked in the living room and he was sitting there at the thing, and he's trying to rewind that son of a bitch for like 30 minutes. And he's just getting so mad because he don't want to be charged for not rewinding the DVD. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. And so he calls down there to the Blue Moon video and he goes, hey Sally, y'all got that Brokeback Mountain in? I heard it's already out on it. And she's like, oh no, it's not in, Mr. Miller. He calls again. 2 days later, hey, y'all got that Brokeback Mountain. I mean, this dude sounds anxious. Like, he has no clue what he's about to get into. Like, it's going to be like a fresh buck fox in a forest fire. You know what I mean? It's like going to be... So he's bugging the crap out of these people. And they're like, oh my gosh, man, Mr. Miller. When they hang up with him, I'm thinking this is how it goes down. The lady's like, oh my God, Mr. Miller called up there today. And he called like 30 times this month. He's asking for Brokeback Mountain. Are you kidding me? Well, they finally call him, and it's around Thanksgiving time because all the family's there, and they got one of them 72-inch TVs. Now, on a 72-inch TV, that makes a weenie about 9.5 inches. All right? Not don't know if he got to the weenie part, because I'd never seen the movie, and I wasn't about to watch it, because I knew what it was about, and I had a decision to make when he told me it was finally in, and we were all down there, out there on the front porch, and he goes like this, they got that Brokeback Mountain down there at the video store, you want to go with me to pick it up? And I'm thinking, oh, hell no, I don't want to go with you to pick it up. Because I know how persistent you are, and I feel sorry for them poor cock gobblers down there at that damn video store. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's trying to talk my nephew in, and my cousin's in to ride with him down there to go get Brokeback Mountain. No one goes with them, and I'm like, when they're gone, I tell them the thing. I'm like, look, y'all, Papa don't know what he's getting into. I was like, he thinks it's an old Western movie about cowboys and brotherly love. Oh, yeah. So he goes down there, he gets the movie, he gets on the porch, and he does a big speech because he wants everybody to watch it. It's like when he would take off his work socks and want everyone to smell them, you know what I mean? Did that ever happen to you growing up, sir? You'd have to smell your dad's work socks? He would make sure when he bought you a present, he'd let you know that it cost actually about a half a quart of nut sweat from work. Son, do you know how much that present cost? That cost me about a half a quart of nut sweat. Do your little balls produce that much? I'm like, no, Daddy. Well, I hope you like it. It's crazy. So he comes up to the front porch and he's trying to sell it to everybody. And I'm like, y'all, I'm just telling y'all, no one wants to watch it. And he's getting mad, so then he does the countdown. Then he goes in the living room, he sets it all up, then he comes out there and he goes, I'm about to start that Brokeback Mountain, and it's a good story, and if y'all don't want to come in here and watch it, then you're going to miss out. And then when he shuts the door, I'm looking at everybody, I'm going, oh yeah! Oh yeah! So he starts getting into it, and he's pissed because no one will watch it with him. He's got in there on the big screen, and he's about 40 minutes in, 35 minutes, I don't know. All I know is I walked through the living room to get to the kitchen to get some more of that pecan pie. And he's sitting in there watching it, and he's glued to it, and he loves Westerns, man, and all of a sudden he stands up, and he goes just like this. Well, them ain't brothers! And I'm like, what kind of gay shit you in there watching, cowboy? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Crazy. It's crazy shit I've ever seen in my life. And it was funny, he was out there burning his cowboy hats and he smoked about a carton of cigarettes. He got lung cancer that night. Just on the spectacular. He never could believe that a cowboy could do something like that. That's hilarious. But I'm going to get off the stage, but I want to tell y'all one last true event that would happen to me. Growing up, I did not have a lot of bath toys. I didn't. I was sitting on the porch with my I was 44 years old, talking to my buddy about it one night, and he was talking about the little submarines that sink down. You got to even see y'all back there, I'm sorry. That sink down. The little submarines that sink down into the water. If you're rich, you can get shit like that. I didn't have no toys. The only toy that I had that was in the bathtub when I would go in there to take a shower was a red bag that hung from the shower with a hose and a plastic wand with 3 holes in the bottom of it. Okay, now I'm 44 years old when I'm talking to my buddy about my bath toy. 44! Not 20, not 17, not 10 years old, I was 44. And he goes, what was this thing again? I said, bro, it was a red rubber bag. I said it hung from the shower head. It had a plastic hose and a plastic wand with 3 holes in the end of it. And when I would get into the shower, that would become my microphone because I'm a singer. I told you I wrote a song called Get Off My Sister. I said I'm a singer. I've been singing my whole life. And so the microphone that I started out with had 3 holes in it, and I would sing into this thing from the age of about 8. Well, you gotta understand, now don't judge me, to about 15, ran away when I was 16, came back to cut 2 more singles in the shower. Don't judge me. So I get I wanna rock. And I loved it. And then I would take it down and I'd fill it up with water. I'd hold the top of it open and fill it up with water, and I'd put it underneath my armpit. And I'd hold it underneath my armpit, and I would hold the wand, the one that had the 3 holes in it. I'd hold that in front of my face, and I'd go just like this. And my friend, because we like to surf and shred gnarly waves, and I've been all over surfing. I love it. It's something that keeps me in shape. I'm sitting here talking to him. He's all ripped out of his gourd because the white boy's always got a good chronic. And he's all, no way. And I'm like, yeah, bro. And he's like, no way, dude. What did you do, bro? I'm like, bro, I would put this thing and sing it to explain my ticket. Bro. And he goes like this. And for the grand finale is what I would do. Is I would slide it softly into my throat. And I would put my bagpipe under my arm like a proud Scottishman I was. And I would hold that son of a bitch sloth softly between my teeth, and I'd go just like this. True story, I'd go. Now, if y'all were expecting some sort of magical noise, that ain't happening. What you just heard was exactly the same thing that it sounded like when I did it in the 80s. Until my bro goes like this. Bro. You know what that was, bro? I'm 44. 44 years old. And I go, what was that? Bro, that was your mama's douchebag. I was like, bro, you better be lying. You better be lying. So I call my mom at 11:30 at night and I go, Mother! That's 44, I'm 50 now, it's 40 something. I told her, I said, Mother, why didn't you ever tell me growing up not to play with that bag that hung from the shower head? That was your douchebag. What are you talking about? I said, Mother, I used to put your douchebag in the back of my throat. I had freaking witch hazel and vinegar breath my whole life. She goes, you're disgusting, and hung up on me. Anyway, that's my time, guys. I'm Shawn Miller. Thank you for putting up with me tonight. Give it up for your host, Reverend Orthodox.
Everybody, Shawn Miller. And his witch hazel breath, everyone. Man, awesome. I love that because you can tell who's used one of those as they were getting, as the joke was progressing. He's like, no. No, he's not gonna. Oh, no. That was awesome. How about another big round of applause for Shawn, everybody? Yeah, how about that?
Thank you.
All right. I'm super excited, man. Great. And another, we have our headliner up next. And but before we do that, I want to just make sure that everybody that's watching on YouTube, if you're watching, subscribe and like the video that you're watching. We're live on YouTube. If you're enjoying the show tonight, our show is brought to you by my good friend TJ Boom Fishing. That's him right here. You guys see him? The man with the beard out of the book of Leviticus. It's an Old Testament beard right there, bro. It's beautiful right there. It's gorgeous. And so if he's the one that paid for your tickets tonight, if you guys want to pay him back, the best thing and free thing you can do is go to his Facebook page, TJ Boom Fishing, drop a like and a review on his page, and that's his payment right there. That's all he asks for. How about a big round of applause for TJ Boom Fishing? Thank you, TJ. And if you're visiting from out of town and you want to get a fishing captain that wants to put you on some redfish, trout, some flounders, or maybe un snook, how people from the valley call a snook, un snook, Get with my buddy TJ. Every time I've gone fishing with him, we've limited it out every time. And I mean, but I'm anointed by the Holy Spirit, so I mean that's a different. Which, if you want, I can give you that right after the show. I mean, don't. It's a free gift. Thanks for participating. You get the Holy Spirit. Boom, right? It's a great reward. All right, so without further ado, I just want to say thank you. Before we bring up our headliner, I just want to make sure that I give you guys credit again, because you guys are being a wonderful, wonderful crowd. I give you an applause myself. Thank you so much for being wonderful. With that being said, this next comedian, he's been crushing the Houston comedy scene, and if you know anything about comedy, you know Houston is actually one of the places where legends are like naturally made for comedy, right there in Houston. And this guy has been dominating the Houston scene. I know you're gonna love him. Please put your hands together, all the way from Houston, Texas, Mr. Doug Dalton. Yes, let him hear it. Let him hear it.
All right, keep it going for Raymond Orta. For him to be like, in comedy, there's not many outwardly religious people, and for him to also look like the guy that comes up to you in a supermarket parking lot to tell you about Jesus is insane. That's a wild combo. Anytime I see him or homeless people, I'm like, come on, fake a phone call now. Bro, people in comedy are pieces of shit, and it's the best. I see regular whites out here, ma'am, you look like you purchased children online. That's the sponsor's wife, I forgot. I'm so sorry, sir, don't end this. You also look like you hunt people with that beard, sir. That is crazy. I bet you are fairly average looking without it. Bro, I am not a mustache guy often, but I am right now, and I feel like to make fun of that great beard with this mustache is just a joke. Everything feels stupid coming out of this. My buddy told me I look like I deliver porn. He's like, not even magazines. I think you knock on people's door who didn't order porn, and then you just show them your phone. Hey man, get me a drink while your dad's finishing up here. We don't charge you to clean the mess up. Also, give it up for Shawn Miller, wherever that fucking crazy... Bro, he's a gringo to me. I'm one of the whiter people you'll meet besides the Whiteleys over here, but the three of us, we would start a Mars colony for white people. She's like, my great-great-grandmother was Native American. That doesn't count. Give it up for Shawn, man. He's so nuts. Yeah, right there, yeah, dude. Bro, he's actually like that. In real life, if you look at Shawn and think, I bet that guy wore jean shorts to his wedding, you would be right. I was fucking there. I was at that wedding. This dude, I was tripping on mushrooms a little bit, but it didn't help. I was like, Shawn can't possibly be in like ball length jean shorts that he cut himself. And it turns out he was. And all of his groomsmen, too.
Oh yeah. I got the pictures in the video.
He actually just married himself legally. No woman would put up with that.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I have so many Shawn stories. He's insane. The first time I ever did stand-up comedy, he was with me. Tonight, this was my first time. Give it up for me. No, sadly, I've dedicated my life to this sham. Oh, I'm very, like, people ask, do you make money? I'm like, oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna get a free bar tab everywhere I go. And then I get places and I don't have a free bar tab. Bro, I'm already 5 beers deep, so if anybody wants to take care of the headliner's tab, I was like, I'll pay you afterwards. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run. I like this. Y'all are a great crowd. Give it up for yourselves. There's nobody under 35 here. I love it. Everybody, you sir look like you will punch me in the face. Bro, when I looked at him, I said, you sir, and he's like, fucking say it. Bro, you look like the only son of anarchy not in prison. But you did do prison time, not... I know it's early, dude. He's gonna be like, what room was that fucking funny guy in? I know I got a pretty mouth, sir. That's why I wear it. Sexuality is completely on the spectrum, so let's just have a good time tonight, huh, guys?
On the spectrum.
I feel like we could just get one of those margarita bowls, put our keys in it, our room cards in it. Thank you, sir. I was talking about a big gangbang, and you were like... Dude, he had to corral the straw as he was winking and waving. I was like, you know we're gonna bang each other tonight, right, sir? You look like you scammed Bernie Madoff in real estate. Yeah, that tan means millions that aren't real. I do this all every show. This is all the same. Don't feel special. All right, I'll tell you guys a couple jokes. I'll tell you about myself. How about, oh shit, actually y'all look young. How old are y'all? Just be honest, nobody cares. Is it over or under clearly y'all? It's not the dude, it's not Mr. Enron right behind you. That dude's so comfortable, I guarantee you he's never been outside of air conditioning. Every time he leaves the building, he's just like... Oh, he's smiling? Is your name Ted, sir? Bro, that sure was wider than me. It's wider than that guy. You look like you own Nabisco. You're very comfortable. I love that. Pretty close. Oh shit, dude. I bet that's real. I used to bartend at an ocean resort. Much shittier than this. This is way cooler than the thing I did. We just had a big pool and I banged the guest. Basically that's what, dude, you have a crazy energy. You look like I punch hookers for money. You have the crazy, where are you from, sir? When are you from, sir? What you seem like you're from the 60s when hippies rode Harleys. There's no way I'm close on that one. What's your name? There's no way you're a Raul. Okay, here's the thing. I was born in Corpus. I'm a Corpus boy, but I live in Houston now. But I know right off the bat, even now you're so handsome. I hate it. Bro, you look like you smell like okay scotch, but even that is good enough for me. Raul. God damn, dude, that's sexy. When were you legally adopted by this toasty white couple?
That one says DJ Mike.
Oh, what? Yeah, I bet you say McMillions, like Sarah, we lost another McMillions today.
Yeah, you can so when you go on, you can
Ma'am, with the margarita, why are you sitting? You can't sit halfway toward. Even the way I said that, when I said ma'am, she was like... That was adorable. I feel like that might have been love at first sight. Ma'am, did you not think I was coming to you next? She was laughing real hard at you. What's your story? Is your date in the bathroom? Or you came alone? What's that? You sent him home. Hi, Doug, Dalton, I am available. For bookings, but also for sexual tryst and dooms. How did you end up here? Were you here for the weekend, or do people own these rooms? Okay, fine, fuck y'all. Y'all got real Netflixy for a minute. Most crowds can't stop talking. I ask y'all a question, and you're like... Y'all all got immediately autistic. I can say that because I'm not a smart guy. How we doing over here, guys? Oh, ma'am, you look like you're gonna call the cops on the guy right next to you. No shit! Good for you. So how are pool trips? You're like, look, stop calling the cops on me. How long we been together? How'd y'all meet? 2 years online. Give it up for online, guys. Yeah. Anybody else do online? Dude, online. One dude in the back, he's like, yeah. Not successful. Help me out, brother. Here's the thing, most people aren't confident enough anymore to walk up to people at a bar and ask them about themselves and try to fuck them. You know what I mean? I know I'm not, that's why I do this. I don't do it for the love of the game, I do it to fuck. So stupid. If somebody walked in there and be like, this guy is the douchebag that he seems like, but it's okay, I know I'm a douchebag. Dating apps are great though, man. I miss dating apps 10 years ago, dude. Dating apps 10 years ago were the best. Like Tinder in 2009 was great because of how risky it was. And what I mean by that is somebody'd message you as soon as you match and they'd be like, hey, look, my phone's about to die. But meet me at the beach in 12 hours at 3 a.m. at mile marker 33. And because you're a fucking idiot that can't walk up to a girl in a bar, you do it. You start drinking at 9, you pregame, you're like, man, I'm gonna go fuck in the beach. And you start driving out there 45 minutes to the actual beach. Then you have to walk up to a tent at mile marker 33. And you have to ask. You have to go up and be like, hey, is Stacy in there? And some dude's gonna be like, yeah.
Oh no.
Hell yeah, buddy, come on in. Terry, move your titties, Terry. Why does Terry have titties? I miss that though, dude, because like Tinder, for example, all of them, they're not about fucking anymore. They're about getting to know each other, which is not what I'm in the game for. I'm young, virile, and I'm probably gonna die soon. I'm here to fuck. They don't do it the same anymore. Now the personality just bleeds through. My ideal app for dating is 0 personality. No personality. There's no pictures. There's no name. There's no bio. There's just a distance. And you swipe right or you swipe left. The app is called Fuck. The last Tinder match I had, these girls, they just sound crazy, man. Just something about the Tinder, they can say something completely normal. In my head, I hear it narrated like, oh my god, this is like a Lifetime movie network movie. Like, I'll tell you the last girl I matched with on Tinder, she matched me and she sent me a message, she's like, you matched me. Now try and match my crazy. So I killed her dog.
Oh shit.
If you dog people, don't worry, it was a couple cats. I was apparently in the wrong apartment. I called her, I was like, how is everything? Pretty crazy? And she's like, no, I'm just feeding the dog. I was like, you shouldn't be able to do that at all. Like I said, I don't really date or fuck. It sounds so douchey, and it's like I'm okay with it. It's like a nice little, like when you were comfortable with the fact that you tanned 2 shades too high, you were like, man, this feels good that I know. I would, don't get tight on me and this guy's tan. Fuck y'all. I don't date anymore. I'll tell you about my favorite thing in sex. You guys like sex? You guys like sex? You, officer? Officer, you can't laugh at that, buddy. I'm gonna talk to you. Who's your CO? Who's your commanding officer? The entire time, sir, I was like asking for a CO and I was fingering the air, and this dude had a big, hard dick. No. Ruin this guy's life. What's your name, sir?
Julio.
What is it?
Julio.
Officer Julio? No, I'm just joking. What if he was like, that is technically my first name, but I go by Julio. How long have you been working here, sir? He's like, I don't.
A year.
How long?
A year.
A year, you like it?
I missed a day, man.
You haven't missed, I didn't ask that shit. You like it so far? It gives me his perfect attendance record. He's like, here's my Cub Scout patch for fires. Julio, chill the fuck out, dude. Paid you $5 to say something weird, not to go on a tangent, not do your Julio vagina monologue.
Vagina monologue.
I bet Julio fucks. But in the name of honor, because he has a badge, he's just like, I'm doing this for the department. He never misses a day. Thank you. But dude, fuck tattoo guy. Adopt me. I don't. Is he? Yeah, I know. Is he talented? Is he talented? Because like, I'm pretty sure I have a slightly smaller penis than he does. So like, don't worry about that.
So would you like?
I like sex. My favorite thing, you know, this is my first actual joke. So gird your loins. Here's a joke.
Gird your loins.
I like sex, man. My favorite thing about sex has to be titty fucking. I love titty fucking, dude. It's my favorite. My favorite thing about titty fucking is when the dick hits my chin.
I didn't expect that. That's awesome.
My least favorite thing about titty fucking is when she wants me to do it to her. You guys don't know what to think sexually. You guys are like, he's like our second oldest Barry. Super iffy. I haven't been in many relationships, but I generally do short-term things where you don't have to really invest in the other person's personality. So it's like, I luck into weird sex. You know what I mean? Like, it just happens spur of the moment. It's never planned. I don't know how you bring it up when you want to do something weird. You have to do it at dinner. She's like, oh, I like to get a little bit weird. You're like, me too. How do you bring something weird up? My buddy, for example, likes to spit in girls' mouths.
Ew, gross.
It's the first time I've ever heard a crowd go, ooh, I'm around Houston crowds, and they're like,
Nasty.
bunch of fucking degenerates. My buddy said he's like, I'd spit in her fucking mouth. I was like, why? What did she do to you? Why would you want to offend her family? It's like, dude, you can't bring this guy around women at all. If you got girls coming over, you're like, look, Nick's gonna be there, and he, you know how he is with spitting in girls' mouths. How do you ask for that? Can't be at dinner, can it? You can't just pop in and be like, hey, you wanna later? It's gotta be during sex. You're both vulnerable, you're fucking, you lean in close and you're like, hey, and she's like, what? And you're like, and she's just like, I fucking hate this. He makes $80,000 a year, so go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, gross. Oh my god.
I'd say my problem with relationships is the small talk. I can't handle it. My girlfriend, instead of small talk, signs me up for shit online. She does it all the time. One day she's like, hey, I signed you up for a cruise trip with Tom Brady. She's like, you pretty excited about that? Would you want to do that? Go on a cruise trip with Tom Brady? I was like, is it going to be just me and Tom Brady? So I feel like I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about. He shows me his rings, and then I say, cool. I say, you want to play catch? He says, no, I have to power down. He's a fucking robot. I feel like it'd be better if it was Rob Gronkowski, right? At least he's a fucking idiot. Wake up, you're trying to have your continental breakfast, he's jerking off near you, you're like, God, this is so much better than Tom Brady. Keep it in the Patriots tight end game, why not Aaron Hernandez? Here's the thing about comedy, guys. Let me tell you this, I wrote that joke a week before he killed himself. It's almost like he knew something good happened for me. That shit was out of nowhere. I wrote a joke about him. He killed himself. It's almost like he knew. Okay, I'm sorry. Big football fans. All right, here we go. Let's see. What do we want to talk? Okay, I live with my mom. Does anybody else live with my mom? I would be surprised if it was you, sir. I'd be like, I always wanted that. I grew up on Lethal Weapon. Danny Glover was my movie dad. Anytime I'm around a black dude, I never make it uncomfortable with jive. Like, yo, what's crackin', playa? I always try to make him my dad, even if he's younger than me. Somebody grew up with their father. Shut the fuck up. What? I don't understand transference of emotion from one father figure to another. Neither do I, man, but I ride with the waves that are sent my way. I've been doing a lot of weird gigs lately. This is like a gift. Stand-up comedy, you usually get places and you order chicken strips and then they charge you for them. I'm like, how are you charged? Dude, these are 17, this whole thing was 17 cents and you charged me $9. I drove 3 hours, I'm getting paid $12. Getting paid in comedy early feels like getting paid as a boxer in the 20s. You're just getting the shit beat out of you. You get a bowl of gruel and then you get 8 cents and that's your game. This is a gift, man. I've been doing a lot of weird gigs. I recently did a gig in front of 6 11-year-olds. Which is weird because legally speaking, I'm not allowed near them. The mustache ordinance of 1892. No. If he looks like his name's Terry and he has a blonde mustache, keep him away from the kids. I know that I'm not allowed near kids because I got booked to do a high school. I show up, me and my buddy, and we get in the parking lot. He's a drinker, I'm a smoker, so if he's doing shots in the parking lot of this high school, I'm smoking bowls and we're both looking out for campus police. Because you can't be 30 years old and in-school suspension. Yeah, you got nothing to keep me. I literally can leave at any time. It's the same ISS teacher that was there when you were in high school. Oh, it's neat you to be back, Dalton. This is a different high school. I didn't go here. I got up to the front office and I signed in and I was all ready to go. My buddy was shit-faced. I could smell how drunk he was in the lobby of this high school, and I was just like, this is tight. This is fun. This is a party. Life's a party. Let's do it up. I know, I smelled like weed. The principal walks up and he's like, hey guys, I got some bad news. I was like, what? He's like, we can't let you perform.
Yeah, right now.
We did a background check on you guys and one of you did not pass.
No.
And right away, I was just like, and my buddy looks right at me. I'm a giant piece of shit, and I was just like, oh, it probably. I was like, which one? He's like, you have a misdemeanor weed charge? I was like, yeah, I do have a misdemeanor weed charge. He's like, we can't let you in, and it sucks because we just ordered a bunch of pizza. I was like, why would you tell me that part? Why wouldn't you just stop it? You're not allowed in, but you ordered a pizza for me and I can't have any for the road. He's like, that's exactly what I'm saying. Tell you guys a couple stories. You guys doing all right so far? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up here for 2 hours. Going to the bathroom, man, calm down. I like that Beth from Dog the Bounty Hunter didn't think I was going to hear that. That's funny. Look at her. She looks like Beth from Dog the Bounty Hunter. She's hot. You guys are fun and weird. How long have you guys been together? Right here. Bike, clearly biker guy. You're 21. That's a lie. No, I'm joking. No, 21 years y'all been together. Give it up for that, dude.
Yeah.
Who's been here for like who met in high school and is still together? Nobody knows. Oh, you guys look at that. Get out. No. Need you to leave. We've already popped the tires on your Jetta. We gave your dogs away, your chihuahuas that I'm guessing you have. Y'all been together since high school? That's wild, man. Like senior year or like from the beginning? What the fuck? Everybody in the back is 8 years old and like, oh shit, dude. So sorry for air fingering in reference to your marriage. I'm sure that's never been done before. I bet you're gonna tell your kids, you're gonna be like, look, he was just shitting on us. Damn, dude, so you were so who made the move? It had to be you, man. Look, women aren't allowed to do that. I'm just joking. Everybody, like 8 women in here were just like, damn, are y'all from, what part of, are y'all from Texas? What part? Oh, wow. Man, so y'all just been like getting high for 40 years? Enjoying each other's company. That's what I learned about adults. This is what it looks like to get high. God damn. I tell you about a girl that I almost got really serious to the point of marriage with. It was the girl I lost my virginity to. And I'm actually just going to tell you how I lost my virginity to her. She was a lifeguard, so she thought that made her a hero. Like discounts at restaurants, hero. She wanted discounts, she wanted 50% off buffet meals. I was like, you work 4 months a year. It's like Tom Brady wanting a discount somewhere. That dude is hyperbolically frozen for 4 months out of the year. That's not a real hero. That's a dude that has a great fucking job. I told her all the time, I was like, that's not a real hero. And then I realized that's not how you lose your virginity. So I became very supportive. Anytime we hit a fucking bug on the highway, I was like, look, you need to get out there and help that fucking thing. Became her champion. And finally we got to this point where we were on a date. And she got her opportunity to be a hero, and I got her an opportunity to see that she wasn't one. We're sitting there, we were on a date, and we were parked in this parking garage, and we were on the top, we're like on the 12th floor out of 14. We were real close to the top, and we're drinking. We're like 17 years old. We're about to go into this movie. We're sitting there drinking, and finally something flies past the windshield. And then we hear something hit the ground, and then we hear this scream. We get out, we look down, some guy had jumped off the roof of this building.
Oh my.
And he was laying there in a pool of sweat and blood.
Oh, goodness.
And I looked down and I'm like, oh my God. And she looks down and she's like, I know. I can help. I don't know if you heard the fact that we were on the 12th floor. Let me just tell you how it went down. The person jumped from the 12th floor of a building of concrete. He passed 11 floors of concrete, and he landed on more concrete.
Oh, shit.
I didn't say this, but I wanted to be like, what is mouth to mouth gonna do? I didn't say that because I was a virgin. Instead, I was like, you're goddamn right, you can help. I was about to call an ambulance, and I was like, why? Jessica's here. Cranial bleeding be damned. I was like, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. She starts running towards the stairs. She's running down. I'm following her every step because, again, I'm trying to get laid. Where she goes, I go. Just in case in the stairwell before we get down there, she's like, hey, you want to fuck real quick? And I'm like, yes. I'm behind her. She gets out of the stairwell. She starts running towards the guy, and there's another man standing over the dude. It was a black guy standing over the person that had jumped and is checking the kid's pulse. And I only say it was a black guy because it was a Chinese man. There's a black guy, and he's checking the kid's pulse. He's checking the kid's pulse, and this girl that I'm with, she runs up with this huge energy, and it was so fun to watch. She had this big energy. She was Baywatch running up to this kid. And she goes, "Hey, I'm a lifeguard. How can I help?" And the guy looks up and he's like, "I'm a doctor. You probably can't." I was like, "Come on, Jessica, Pineapple Express is starting." And that's how I lost my virginity, because apparently witnessing somebody jump off a building and knowing that you cannot help is an aphrodisiac to someone. That's like being in the Justice League, dude. That just says you aren't important. That's like if you're Aquaman and you get there and you're like, "I'm gonna fucking save New York," and you get there and Superman just did that shit. Just smoking a cigarette, getting a BJ, he's like, So I do this next story, one of two ways, but again, this doesn't look like a very young crowd. Normally I'm like, "Are there any 90s kids? And then they're like, "Get out." "Ma'am, you're gonna fucking hate this." Everybody else is gonna like it all right, but so I do it the other way. Parents, we have parents in here? Yeah. Parents with 90s kids. I'm speaking specifically to you because you guys stopped spanking us. You remember the 90s? You remember if you were in a Circuit City or an Eckerd's drugstore, you would see multiple women beating multiple children at the same time? And it was like IKEA is today. It was part of the experience, you know what I mean? In IKEA, you get a little popcorn, you look around, you do all sorts of things. In the 90s, it was Circuit City and big women beating little children. I know I was a bad kid. If I was in an Eckerd's drugstore, I know my mom was beating the shit out of me. Over in the pharmacy, I'd look across the store in the photo department and I'd see another kid getting his ass beat by his mom, and our eyes would just lock. And we just bond in this universal moment, wondering where both of our fathers were. But because it was the 90s, they weren't coming home, you know? I think that was the best, dude. You can't even watch a kid beating anymore. Because of cell phones. You're going to get to work on Monday and they'll be like, "Hey, Todd, what's this?" And you gotta lie. You gotta be like, "Huh. Huh, that looks a lot like me really enjoying a kid fight." But you guys know I don't watch kid fights anymore. I'm sober, 6 months, all clean, no kid fights. I miss that, dude. That was the golden age. You don't see people. It's almost like we asked our parents. I was born in 90, and I know you guys are thinking that it looks like that's when I hunted the most children. I do not look like I was born in 1990, but I was, and I feel like you guys just listen. We're like, "Hey, can you stop beating us at Radio Shack?" And you guys were like, "Okay." My mom is 50. Her parents were coal mining children in the 20s. She had gone up to my grandparents and been like, "Hey guys, can y'all stop?" They would have elbowed her in the forehead. Rightfully so. I miss this. And I bring all this up to bring up the fact that I had the best Saturday of my life at a JCPenney's recently. I saw a lady beat the shit out of a kid and nobody stopped her. Oh, it was like the old days, man. It was packed. And I say it's the best Saturday, one of the best Saturdays of my life, and I know it happened at a JCPenney's, which nobody has ever said before, mainly because JCPenney smells soaking wet. It doesn't matter what city, what JCPenney's, it smells like a fresh hurricane just happened in there. It's like, why is this, what, is it the savings that allows it to smell like, when I walked in, I was like, smells like 60% off.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
That entire goddamn store is a clearance section. Notice how I said clearance? That's what I used to think it was called. I thought it was the clearance section, like there was some chill black dude marking shit down on his own time. And he's like, "Psst, psst. Yo, everything with the yellow tag? 60% off, baby." You're like, that dude is disrupting the corporate system. Clearance, clearance! I was at JCPenney's. I almost missed this shit. I was about to check out. It was packed. It was a coupon Saturday off in the corner of the room. There's a black lady and a small child, and the small child was throwing a hissy fit, man. She was ready to get her ass beat. Even I walked in, I was like, fucking hit her. Fucking hit her. You don't have any pocket sand, man? Just blast her in there. This little girl was obnoxious. It reminded me of, as a kid, I was just like, oh man, this girl is good. This little kid, she was Olympic level shitty as a child. She was throwing this hissy fit, she was stomping around, she was screaming, she was yelling. At one point she ripped something off the rack and then she spit in this lady's face. And there's mostly white or Latino faces in here, so you guys probably don't know what happens next, do you? This guy does. You know black moms don't play like that, don't you? See, in Houston, I'll say that spit thing, black people as a whole will just be like... White people are like, what happens next? Is it ice cream? Maybe the Cracker Barrel gift shop, that's how it's fun. Some puppy orange juice. Black moms don't play like that, dude, because when the spit hit her forehead, she buckled at the waist. And when she buckled at the waist, it was like her arm was a compartment on a B-52 fighter jet. Because as soon as she went limp at the waist, her arm goes back. And I'm back there like... That was so hard. And it was not sexual, again, because I had a mustache, there were kids everywhere, I couldn't just be like, what's up? I like child striking. No, it wasn't like that, it was a rush from the fight. And I knew what was about to happen. This arm goes back on this lady. The spit hitting her forehead itself was a little bit like the JFK assassination because it moved around, it bounced. The spit was funny. It bounces off her forehead, ricochets, hits the guy behind her. Some people say that didn't happen. I was right there, I was in the grassy discount section, I was watching the whole goddamn thing. It's not a conspiracy if it actually fucking happened. The spit bounces off her forehead. She collapses at the hips, drops her hand back, and when she opens her eyes and starts coming forward with the hand tilting forward, her eyes open, and it was like blood sport. She was just like... I felt like she was temporarily blinded. She brings her hand forward, and the kid, you can tell this kid hadn't seen enough of life because the kid was celebrating the spit still. She was like... I was just like, finish her. Lady comes forward, she opens her eyes, she finds the kid, and she's like, you shut the fuck up! Pops this kid right on the top of the forehead. It was a weird slap. I never seen a slap like that before. But everybody in this crowd at JCPenney's immediately looks over. In this pivotal moment where everybody's definitely clearly watching, this lady goes back for seconds. She goes back for more. It was so good. She goes back, she slaps this kid again. She's like, you are gonna shut your fucking mouth! Everybody immediately looks away. Like they didn't just see that shit happen, except for me. I said it out loud, I was like, what was that? It's not in the rule book anywhere. I know what that first slap was. That was parenting. It was discipline. It wasn't my business. That second slap was a little curious. It was like showboating. It was like she was running the score up on this little kid. If my grandpa were watching it on TV, he would have been like, hey, where's the flag on that last thing? That seemed intentional. It was like Shaq in the 90s, bodying out 7-foot Lithuanians, just throwing it down their fucking throat. It was a lot, man. And it got really uncomfortable after that second slap. Got so uncomfortable, I was back there again. Like where I got hard the first time, this time I was just like kind of slow strung because I didn't want to come yet. I was just so into the moment, I was like, yes, this is bad. I have a cousin that was on Jerry Springer, so that's how I gauge a good time. It's a true story. I'm just like watching this shit happen, and it got so tense after that second slap that somebody decided to speak up for the group, and I knew who was in line behind me the entire time. But this person decided to speak up, and it was an old white guy. And when I heard him clear his throat, I was like, this is gonna be good. This is some crazy, weird town hall shit. He probably doesn't have a Bluetooth headset on now, but when he's finished, he will. He was a specific type of white guy. He steps forward and he's like, hey, lady, this is a fucking J.C. Penney's. You want to beat that kid? You beat her somewhere else. But bro, it sounded like the way he said it, if it did happen somewhere else, he would have been cool with it. If it happened at a Walmart, he would have been like, psst, when you twist the hips, you get a little bit more power. It was great because when that white guy said that weird white shit in that non-white moment, the universe came down on him all in one moment because the black lady knew who said it. She turns around and from like 75 yards of JCPenney floor length away, she turns around and she's like, you can shut the fuck up too, motherfucker! Your ass is gonna be next!
Oh my god.
The white guy did not expect that shit. He expected to say something kind of weird and then leave. He didn't get that opportunity because the black lady didn't end there. She continued, she's like, you can shut the fuck up too, motherfucker. Your ass is gonna be next, and these are her real next words. She's like, that right there is why all y'all people's motherfucking children be shooting up all these motherfucking schools, sir. Y'all forgot to discipline the little motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I was like, is that why? Bro, I even leaned over to my dad, the old white guy, and I was like, Pop, we should talk about this. Get out of here, I want to take advantage of these discount savings. Here's how wild that school shooting thing was. As soon as she said that, not me, not my dad, a third white guy in line just dropped all the shit in his hands and walked out. I was like, how do you walk out during the season finale of White versus Black? Bro, it was insane, because again, it was tense, and when this dude left, when he walked out, he drops all his shit, he walks out, I look up, the clerk is like... And I was like, okay, this sassy fucking clerk is about to tell me what's going on in this JCPenney's that I'm buying clothes in. But instead I walk up and I'm like, whoa. And she's like, I know. You got your rewards card? I was like, there's no way that's what you want to ask me. Not how's your JCPenney's experience? I would have written in more kid blood than I expected, you know? She was almost put off. I was like right there, and she acted like she was like, what? And I was just like, the kid and the lady, the kid fight the blood in the corner. Sir, this is a JCPenney's. You have to fight 3 kids to get the job. The best thing was, nobody ever stopped this lady from beating her kid. They sent managers from every part of the mall, and nobody knew what to do. They sent in a guy from Radio Shack. He's like, I've never seen anything like this. We haven't had customers in 12 years. You call me anytime. What, am I gonna run out of AA batteries? Tell me about the kid fights, man. Did you get a Sparrow on your way over here? The last thing I saw from the lady was she was dragging the kid out of this JCPenney's. Nobody ever stopped her. And it was great because the kid was kind of lifeless. But her eyes were open, so she wasn't without life. Which, after watching all these Netflix shows, we know that that's an important detail. Eyes open, eyes closed. The lady's dragging the kid out, and this is the last thing I hear her say. She looks down, and she's like, wait until we get you home and tell your mama what you just did! I was like, who was that bitch? Can I tell one more joke, right? Cool. It's a 30-minute. So I haven't told this story. Give me a round of applause if you guys are paying attention. You guys are so fun. Yes, I'll get to tell my mom it was all worth it when I get back to that apartment we share. She's gonna be like, "Did you get paid?" I was like, "Yes, but I spent it all." Apparently they had Lone Stars and I did not get them for free. That's gonna be my bar tab. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys a weird story. I never know how to start it because it's such a fucking weird story, man. It's such a weird little thing. It's like, okay. So I used to kill hookers now. Some sort of weird confession. She's like, he was doing great. And then he just started talking about the women he killed across the Midwest. All right, so you know how in college, everybody was gay for a little while? Well, I didn't go to college, but I did have what you could call a sophomore year. I hung out with the wrestling team a lot. Such a weird story. Here's where I'll start. I was driving Uber. Y'all have that here? It's not just like, I don't know what y'all would have, like a foot race and stuff. I need to go home, man. I'm gonna Uber, and then you just foot race somebody. I was an Uber driver for a while, and the worst part was when I quit smoking weed because I was still smoking CBD. Any smokers in here?
Yeah. Hot that nugget.
Yeah, I know, Raymond. You look like if Christ rolled a blunt. In 1986. Bro, I've been heckled by black dudes with jerry curls, but this is funnier. Oh man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, look at this guy. Thank you. Give it up for him, man. So I am on probation. You sure this wasn't a warrant roundup? Got a message from Raymond, who's a much better comic than me. He's like, dude, come down, you get a room and everything. I was like, really? That seems like quite the opposite of how this usually goes. Usually I'll sleep in my Jeep, or if there's a nicer car unlocked, I also didn't know I have to go back over the fucking border. I threw my weed out. I'm on probation. Why are there two flies right next to my face? They're just two. It was like a couple of flies. It was a couple of flies. That was a date night of flies. All right, let me tell you guys about this. I'm gonna tell you about this story real quick. I was driving Uber one time, and I have all these little pins, little vape pins, CBD, all that kind of stuff in my dashboard. And driving Uber in Houston is seeing penis a lot. So sometimes afterwards you need to unwind, and I'm not the biggest drinker despite the tequila shot. I'm a smoker, but I was on probation, so like a 32-year-old divorcee named Kelsey, I had to switch to CBD. And that became my life boring. But I had this really intense night one night, and I get to the point where I drop my last person off, and so I reach for the pen and I rip this motherfucker good. I was high, dude. I was sitting there at a red light that turned green and then red again. I was so goddamn high. I was saying shit like, I am zonked right now. Zonked. I sounded like Scooby-Doo or his friends. I was just saying shit that I was very high. And I started to slowly realize, I was like, CBD is not this cool. And it turned out I hadn't smoked CBD. There was one marijuana cartridge left in my car, and I hit that. And I was just fucking gassed. And then I look up at my phone, which I could have sworn I logged out of Uber, but apparently I didn't, because I look up and it says 11 minutes away. I was like, 11 minutes away from what? Because at this point, you gotta turn and check the back seat. And no matter how you do that shit, it looks bad on your Uber rate. You're just driving and you're like... So I don't look in the back seat. I just play the game like I know there's somebody there. I start making small talk and shit. I just think they're the rudest person ever because they don't say anything back to me. I was like, so you a big football fan? Are you a big football fan? Somebody's got their headphones in. I start driving, and it says 11 minutes away, 10 minutes away, 9 minutes away, and I'm really fucking freaking out here. I'm holding it together. I've only ended up in 2 Pier 1 Imports parking lots by 11 minutes, 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8, 7, 3, 2, and I pull up to this house, and I just wait. Nothing happens, and I say, thank you. And nothing happens, so I start driving away. And then I hear, excuse me, sir.
Oh no.
Exactly. This is where the story gets a little nutty.
Oh no.
Do you guys believe in magic? Because there's a 50% chance this actually happened and a 50% chance that I was that high. But I hear, excuse me, sir, and I straighten my mirror out very abruptly, and I see a man with a pencil-thin mustache, gayer than mine, and he's wearing a top hat. And for some reason I turned into a 1950s cabbie. I was like, wait too, Mac. Garrett's really carried us this year, isn't he? Pre-segregation white basement. I'm just sitting there, and I act like I know what's going on. I was like, hey, where to? And he's like, sir, do you know how I got in your car?
No.
No. He's like, don't worry, I know how I got in your car. It was magic. Swear to God, ma'am, don't shake your head. As soon as I said that, I told you have to be believers right here, and I'm almost done. But I said that magic thing, and she's like, no, it wasn't. I wouldn't have come in here with this, borrow positivity energy, and then you're gonna shoot me. You can't do that. This is the truth. This is a real story. Not one bit of this next part is made up. I said, how did you get in my car? And this guy says, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm a professional magician. And instead of 3 wishes, I'm gonna give you 1 hand job.
Oh my God.
True story. Y'all are like right here, you're like, this is where it goes off the rails? No, this is where it's more on the rails than it's ever been. Here's the thing, he didn't say a price, so I was like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude, if he had said like $8, I would have haggled, but since there was no price, I was like, I'll just sue him later if he doesn't. I was like, absolutely, and I pull my car up. This is true, 100%. I get out of the front seat, I get in the back seat, fake taxi style. Any perverts? You know, anybody? All right, well, that's good porn if you want to watch it. I get out of the front seat, I get in the back seat. I figure I'm going to help this guy out. If he's really a pro, he'll appreciate this. I start to undo my belt, reach for my belt. It's gone. Magic? I don't know. Here's the thing, I get in the car, I sit down, he starts kind of limbering up. I'm like, fine, no belt? You got the belt, Chief, Mr. Magic Man? I'll undo my pants, gone. My pants were fucking gone. This is true, don't lose, please, it is so true. It's 100% true. My pants are gone. I look behind me. There they are, folded nicely, with a dry cleaning tag. I was like, that's some pro shit. I'm in good hands here. If there was no dry cleaning tag, I'd have been like, dude, that was weird. But I'm like, this guy is small business from the 50s. My grandpa would have loved getting hand jobs from this guy. He starts jacking me off. Stay with me. He starts jacking me off, and at first, the first minute and a half, I thought I had just gotten tricked into doing some gay shit. Because it was a normal hand job. I was like, all right, buddy, this is kind of, wrap it up. Finish, but I'm unhappy. He's jacking me off, and finally it happens. He makes it disappear. Makes it reappear. I was just like, Again.
Oh my God.
He makes it reappear and he's jacking me off, and it's time for me to come, and I was just like, I'm in your hands now. You take me where you will. And he's jacking me off, and it's time for me to come, and instead of coming, the end of one ribbon starts to come out, and he starts pulling this ribbon, and it's connected to another ribbon, and he just starts pulling all these ribbons out of my dick. I'm over there like, once he got to the end, and all is going in the air, and he picks up a champagne flute and he catches it. As soon as it hits the glass, it turns into cum. I swear to God, fucking, the theatrics were off the charts. If it hadn't been my dick, I would have thought it didn't happen. I'm sitting there, I just came literal rope, all right? I'm smoking a cig in my own Uber, which I don't know how it got in my mouth. He picks up the flute, and I was like, oh, an encore. How fancy. And he throws it at me. When it hits my face, ribbons again. And so this is what happened. As soon as the ribbons hit my face, I kind of nodded off, and when I came to again, I was at the green light that had turned red and then green again from the beginning of this stupid story. And I looked up and I had one more Uber ride, so I took it. It was at a mall. I pull into this mall and it brings me up to a JCPenney's, and I look. I'm sitting there waiting, and I look up and shut up. I look up and I'm waiting, and I see coming out of the JCPenney's entrance this black lady just dragging this kid.
Oh my God.
And I hear her yell, she's like, wait until we get you home and tell your mama what you just did. I was like, who was that bitch? And it turns out it was my ride. I'm Doug Dalton. Thank you guys so much.
Y'all keep it going for Mr. Doug Dalton, everybody. Yeah. All right, my friend. That was the end of our show, but we still have Joke of the Night. Everybody hear me all right? We still have Joke of the Night with your chance to come up here and tell us one bar joke, and you win $100. But before we do that, we have a live band that's going to play, and they are super talented. The San Antones are going to just rip it to... They're going to rock this place. Aside from that, they're going to be really, really putting, like, the party doesn't stop. I have this here tip bucket, all right? And this is for the comedians. I told you that we don't get paid to be here. They just let us clean up after the show and let us collect all the cans. And that's how we get paid. Now, your tickets tonight were bought and paid for by my good friend TJ Boom Fishing. Give him a big round of applause. Yes, thank you. And we just passed this as a courtesy for the comics. If you feel the need to drop a tip in the tip jar, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Give a big round of applause. Mr. Underwood, thank you so much, Mr. Blaine. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Oh, bro, thank you. Thank you, bro. Look, I'm going to give this. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that big time. Now, guys, normally, my buddy Shawn is going to walk around like he's around in the old temple and yell, alms for the poor, alms for the... So if you see my buddy Shawn, he's going to be just walking around. And you don't have to tip us. I want to make that abundantly clear. You do not have to tip the comedians because they all got drug habits, all right? So, but do me a favor and do us a big favor. Your wait staff, they're severely understaffed and they've been working real hard for you guys. How about we give them a big round of applause? And make sure you drop them an extra generous tip, not only to them and the bartenders. Again, you don't have to tip the comedians, and it's awesome if you do, but please drop an extra generous tip in your waitstaff because they're severely understaffed and they also have drug problems. So please, they also get it. And gambling habits, heavy gambling habits. Aside from that, we have live music that's about to happen right now. These guys are super talented. The San Antones are in town. And then they're going to take a break, roughly about 30 to 45 minutes, about what it takes to smoke a blunt on the patio. It's a hemp wrap, so it's going to burn slow. Thank you. Don't go complaining if you smell a skunk outside. Don't start like telling people, sir, there's a skunk out there. It's all part of the festivities. The skunk is here to party, all right? Aside from that, I really just want to greatly tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys, sincerely, because I speak for all the comedians that you saw tonight, that when I say this with sincerity, when we were locked down, we missed this, and we missed performing in front of live people. I just want to give you guys a big round of applause for being a wonderful crowd. You guys were awesome. And if I may be so bold, because you guys were answered prayers for me, if I may pray for you before you leave, I'd love to do that for the glory of the kingdom of heaven. Father, thank you for this beautiful moment and these beautiful people that you've provided with us tonight. And I hope the laughter that we brought forth today was just your love pouring into this building. Make them go home in protection and absolute health, and let them be restored in your mighty image, Father. Give them health, give them life, give them strength and hope outside of human understanding. Thank you for these beautiful, wonderful people, and bless them with the blood of your Son and cover their homes with protection. And for the glory of the kingdom of heaven, hallelujah and amen. Thank you so much. You guys were wonderful. Thank you for the San Antones. You guys were wonderful.